Hello my dear friends and welcome back to science. In the last video you have learnt about motions of the earth, and in that lesson you have learnt about what is meant by rotation, what is an axis of rotation, how is an axis of rotation, an equator, how an equator divides the earth into two parts, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, what is meant by sunset and sunrise, what is day and night, how the day is divided into 24 parts and each part being called as an hour. So that means there are 24 hours in a day and one day is completed within one rotation. So today we are going to focus on the next topic of the lesson, that is a year. Now what is meant by year and how it takes place. Now look at this picture here which I am showing. You can see a sun here and you can see the earth is rotating around, taking a turn around the sun in its fixed orbit. This is called as its orbit. It is, taking one whole big turn around the sun. So just like how it is rotating around itself, it is again taking one turn around the sun. And this is nothing but called as revolution. So earth revolves around the sun as it is rotating around itself. Fine. So when it is taking one big turn or completing one revolution, okay, so the time taken to complete one revolution around the sun is also called as 1 year. That means 1 year is completed within one revolution. Like how within one rotation 1 day is completed, within one revolution 1 year is completed. And for one rotation there is 1 day, for one revolution there are 365 days and 6 hours. So that means a year is completed within 365 days and 6 hours in a year. Or you can also call it as 365 days and a quarter day. Fine. Next, a leap year. Let us learn about what is meant by a leap year. Now, leap year, now whatever calendar we are following, that is January, February till December, that calendar is also called as the Gregorian calendar. So, and in this Gregorian calendar, the year is taken to have around 365 days. Now, you might think that, 6 hours are there. Where those 6 hours are going? Okay, so those 6 hours, if you just add every year 6 hours, 6 plus 6 next, so 12 hours it will be. Again one more year, 6 hours, it will be 18 hours. And again one more year, that means 4th year, it will be 24 hours. So within 4 years, 24 hours is completed. That means 1 day is completed. And that 1 day is coming after every 4th year. So like this type of year wherein it instead of having 365 days, 1 day is added extra is called as a leap year. Fine. So it counts in calendar, that is Gregorian calendar, every year 6 hours are counted less, but that is making 24 hours of 1 day in every 4th year. So that 4th year is also called as a leap year. So to make up for this lost 1 day, that 66th day, month of February, which is having otherwise 28 days, you can say, it is taking one more day, that is 29 days in a leap year. So this year also was a leap year. 2000 is a leap year. 2020 is a leap year, and in February you must have noticed that there were 29 days. So last time it was 2016, and the next leap year will be 2024. That means after every 4th year 1 day is added, because 24 hours are coming every year, 6 hours are added, and 4th year 24 hours are coming. So this is what is called as a leap year. So this year, that year is called as a leap year and has 366 instead of 365 days, and February has 29 instead of 28 days. Fine. Then next let us go to the next part of your lesson, that is do you know. Let us go quickly for this. Now you look at this picture. Now you can see that I have placed a picture here. The earth is revolving around the sun. Now that you know what is revolution, you can see it is revolving around the sun, and here it is highlighting different seasons. You can see 4 seasons are placed here: summer, autumn, winter and spring. Fine. Now why this is happening? Now if you see in the northern hemisphere, that means the part which is above the equator, so between 22nd March and 23rd September, that means now the time which is going on now, that is 22nd, from 22nd March to 23rd September, you will see that the days are longer. So that is why, you know, it is not even at 7 o'clock also, it is, you know, bright light is present. Why? Because the days are longer, and since the days are longer and nights are smaller, you know, it is warmer during this time in the northern hemisphere, from 22nd March to 23rd September. Days are longer, it is warmer, and so the people who are staying in the northern hemisphere will be experiencing summer season. Fine. At the same time, however, at that same time in the southern hemisphere, that is from 22nd March to 23rd September, it is just ulta. Ulta means there the nights are longer and the days are shorter. So since the nights are longer and the days are shorter there, fine, it is winter season in the southern hemisphere from 22nd March to 23rd September. Fine. Now let us think about 23rd September to 22nd March. Here in the southern hemisphere, now the days will be longer and the nights in the southern hemisphere will be shorter. And since the days are longer from 23rd September to 22nd March, as I have told you, in the northern hemisphere it is from 22nd March to 23rd September, and in southern hemisphere it is from 23rd September to 22nd March. The days are longer, and so it will be warmer there, and so they experience summer there. So here you can see a picture. Summer is here from 23rd September to 22nd March. Now at during this time, southern hemisphere will be experiencing winter, but we are experiencing, since India is in the northern hemisphere just above the equator, so it is in the northern hemisphere, and so we are feeling warm now during this time. Fine, because the days are longer. Whereas southern hemisphere, they will be experiencing now winter, but from 23rd September to 22nd March they will be experiencing warmer there. Fine. Then in this period in the northern hemisphere, it is the nights that are longer. So when 23rd September and 22nd March will be coming, you will be experiencing here in the northern hemisphere winter, whereas in southern hemisphere it is summer season. Fine. So in India there are 3 main seasons. They are summer season, rainy season and the winter season. Fine. Now let us learn about something more interesting, according to Hindus or calendar, or maybe even in the English, we call, there are altogether actually 6 seasons. Okay. They are namely Vasanta, Vasant also called as spring season. So Vasant season is just after the winter. Okay, so just after the winter, but just before summer. So you can see such a beautiful picture here, wherein it is also called as the king of all the seasons, or also called as, in Marathi we will call it as Rutuncha Raja. Vasanta Rutu is also called a Rutuncha Raja, because during this time you will find that it is very flowering plants are coming at that time. Fine. So Vasant Rutu is also called a spring season. Then we have Grishma season. So Grishma means summer season. So summer season, everybody knows that it is very hot at that time. Fine. Next comes after the summer season, now we are experiencing Varsha or rainy season. Fine. So now we are having rainy season. So after rainy season, we have Sharad Rutu, or also called as autumn in English. So Sharad Rutu just comes after rainy season, but before winter season. So during this time it is also called as October heat. Okay, wherein it is also called a harvesting season at that time, Sharad Rutu or autumn season, when we are experiencing lot of heat. Then next comes the Hemant Ritu, or it is Pre-winter. Pre-winter means it comes before winter season, and so it is also called as pre-winter season. And then comes the Shishir or the winter season. So this is all these 6 seasons are also called as Ritu Chakra. So I hope so you have understood what I have taught you today. So in the next video I am going to talk about the phases of the moon. In that we are going to talk about full moon and the new moon. Fine. So till then, thank you very much.